dear learners, for this course on engineering graphics. In our module 1, we were discussing about orthographic projection of points and orthographic projection of straight lines. In orthographic projection of straight lines, we are constrained to study only for first angle projection. In our previous lecture, I have introduced you people to the basic concepts of orthographic projection of straight lines. Continuing our discussion on orthographic projection of straight lines, from today's lecture, we are heading to solve the actual problems in which the line is inclined to both the reference planes, that is for HP as well as for VP. In our previous lecture itself, I explained about the nomenclatures and how to extract true length from apparent length and apparent length when true length is known to us. Recalling those basics, hope you have gone through that lecture. Continuing our discussion, the problem number 1 states that a line AB 80 mm long has its end A 20 mm above the HP and 30 mm in front of VP. It is inclined at 30 degree to horizontal plane and 45 degrees to vertical plane. Draw the projection of the line and find apparent lengths and apparent inclinations. So if you clearly observe, we have a line AB which is 80 mm long. Whenever he is not stating appears to be or in front view, in top view, such prepositions are not added to the dimensions, then whatever he is mentioning is the true dimensions. If you want to state the apparent dimensions, we will use the prepositions as the line appears to be 80 mm in front view, the line is 30 mm in top view. So such prepositions will be made like appears to be, or he will specify in which view it is mentioned. If he won't says anything, if he gives the dimensions in a continuous sentence without any prepositions like appears to be or front view, top view, like that, then whatever dimensions he specifies will be the true dimensions. Here he is stating that the line AB 80 mm long, so this is the true dimension for the line given for us. Has its end A 20 mm above HP and 30 mm in front of VP. It is inclined at 30 degree to HP and 45 degree to VP. Here also it is not stating appears to be. So therefore the inclinations are also true inclinations. Draw the projections of the line and find the apparent length and apparent inclinations. If I list the data given for us for problem number 1, the data given are the true dimension of the length is given to us. The true length of the line remains same both in the front view as well as in the top view. So therefore, he has given A dash B1 dash which is equal to AB1 are all equal to 80 millimeters. The end A is given about NDA. NDA is 20 mm above HP and 30 mm in front of VP. It is inclined at 30 degree to HP. He has given the true inclinations, so therefore I should mark it as theta and phi. 30 degrees to VP, I should show it on, 30 degrees to HP, I should show it on VP. So inclinations with respect to HP is shown in front view, which is marked as theta. So I should mark theta as 30 degrees. Inclinations with respect to vertical plane is shown in top view. So therefore inclination with respect to VP is 45 degrees, which I will show in horizontal plane. So this is the data given for us. Whenever you solve problems on straight lines, the first step is to draw the reference line and lay down the locus, given locus. So first, let me draw the reference line for problem number 1. So we have a reference line XY. Drawn. Since we are solving the problem only for first angle projection, always vertical plane will be above and horizontal plane will be below the XY line. Now let me plot the locus given. Point end A of the line is 20 mm above HP. Show it in vertical plane. So I fix the locus. Locus is specified as 20 mm above HP and 30 mm in front of VP. Now fix the locus. We know locus of A and A dash. Anywhere on this line I can fix the end A. So therefore let us fix end A and A dash first. Let us fix end A and A dash. So taking the projection, I have fixed end A dash and end A. Now he has given the value of true length and true inclination. So therefore I can draw the line for the true length and true inclination. So first, if I mark theta, which I should show in front view, which is inclination with respect to horizontal plane, I will get the theta has 30 degrees, and here phi is given as 45 degrees. 45 degrees. Now I know the line dimension. The line dimension is 80 mm. So draw 80 mm line dimension. So I draw 80 mm at an angle of 30 degrees given for us. Here also draw a line for 80 mm at an angle of 45 degrees. Drawn. So therefore I got end B1 dash and B1. Now I can fix the locus of B dash and locus of B. So we got four locus of A dash, B dash, A and B. What I have marked is the true length 80 mm at an angle of theta and phi known to us, which is 45 degrees. So this is the given data for us. Now I know true length, I want apparent length. To get apparent length from true length, first I should take the projection to the base end, then I should rotate it to the locus of the end point of the line. So therefore first I should take the projection to the beginning locus of the line. So therefore first step is that I should take the projection. So we have two dimension, I want to get the apparent length from two dimension. So therefore take the projection to the beginning locus of the line, that is A. I taken the projection. So show the arrow mark, taken the projection. This is point B, which is the apparent dimension, but this is not the locus of B. Locus of B is here, so therefore I should retain this length, but I should shift end B to the locus of B. So therefore I should use compass, taking this radius, shift the end B to the locus of B. That is, so from fixing at A, measuring this length, keep here and rotate. So I have done step 2, that I have shifted the end B to locus of B. Similarly, you take vertical projection from true length to get the apparent length. So I am taking the projection to the base locus or initial locus of the line, that is locus of A. Now this is not locus of B. Since this is the locus of B, I should retain this length, shift end B to locus of B by rotation, which I clearly explained. So I have fixed A dash from the projection, I am maintaining the same length and I am rotating. So thereby I obtain end B dash. Here we have end B. So join these two by dark lines because apparent lines are visible for us whenever a line is inclined to both the planes. So therefore dark the apparent dimension. Now to indicate that it is of higher thickness, I am using different chalk. Now what I should measure is this angle, which is nothing but alpha, and this angle, which is nothing but beta. So therefore if I measure this, I will get the answers for this problem as I should find the value of A dash, B dash, AB, alpha and beta. So if I measure, I will get the answers as A dash, B dash is 57 millimeters, AB is 69 millimeters. Coming for alpha and beta, alpha is turning out to be 50 degrees, and beta is turning out to be 56 degrees. So this is the solution for the given problem. One very important observation here one has to make is that if I draw two parallel lines passing through the ends of the apparent line, that is, if I draw a vertical line passing through A and A dash, and if I draw a vertical line passing through B and B dash, these two ends should pass through the same vertical line for all the problems on straight lines, and this is known as end projector. So if I draw two vertical lines which are parallel to each other passing through the end points of the apparent line, that is A dash and A, passing through which I will draw a vertical line. B dash and B should pass through the same vertical line, so I will draw two lines. So distance between these two lines is termed as end projector. So this concept is very important to solve problems on orthographic projection of straight lines. Make a note of it. So this distance is called as end projector, which is very important. This dimension is termed as end projector. Instead of dropping perpendicular and rotating, I will drop perpendicular and rotate only to extract the apparent length in top view To extend the apparent length in front view, I can use the end projector concept. So just draw the vertical line, the point where the end projector indicates the intersects the locus of B dash will use as directly the point B dash. So directly I can get the apparent length in front view. So therefore, by knowing the concept of end projector, we can solve the problem with lesser time. And also, in upcoming lectures, we are going to solve problems based on end projector. Let me pause this video for a while so that people can copy it down. Later we will solve problem number 2. Moving for problem number 2. Problem number 2 states that a line AB 80 mm long is inclined to HP at 30 degrees and to VP at 45 degrees. Draw the front and top views of line and determine their lengths. Also measure the perpendicular distance of end B from both HP and VP. So if I list the data given for us, we have for problem number 2, the data specified are a line AB 80 mm long. So what he is given is a true dimension. So therefore he has given A dash B1 dash which is equal to AB1 which is equal to 80 millimeters. It is inclined to HP at 30 degrees. So inclination to HP is shown in VP which is marked as theta. True inclination, that is 30 degrees, and phi is specified as 45 degrees. Draw the front and top views of the line and determine their lengths. Also measure the perpendicular distance of the end B from both HP and VP. Here the locus of end A or end B is not specified, is directly stating that the line is inclined to VP and the line is inclined to HP. So therefore, if I take the XY line, so it's below the XY line it is HP, above the XY line it is VP. So therefore, on the XY line itself I should mark the inclination. So that will use us inclination with respect to HP and this will use us inclination with respect to VP. So therefore, if I solve this problem, first lay down XY line which is reference for us. He is stating that line is inclined to HP and VP directly. So therefore, to the XY line itself, I should show the inclination. This is XY line. Since we are solving problems on first angle projection, VP will be always above and H will be always below. So this itself is the locus for this problem. So inclining here will gives us line is inclined with respect to HP. Inclining here states that line is inclined to VP. Now let us fix the point or fix the end. You should not draw any points, fix the end. So on VP we call it as A dash, on HP we call the same point as the end A. We call the same point as A dash in VP, A in HP. Now we know the true length and true inclination. Let us draw it. So if I draw, theta should be marked in VP, which is given as 30 degrees for us. 30 degrees. And phi should be marked in HP, which is given as 45 degrees. Draw the projection. The line length is 80 mm. Since it is a true length, draw a very thin line. Therefore, I am using the white chalk. So thereby I got point B1 dash. Now I can fix the locus of B dash or locus of B in front view. Here the inclination is 45 degrees and line length is 80 mm. So draw true length to the true inclination specified. Draw a very thin line because it is true length. Thereby I got end B also. Now I can fix the locus. Fix the locus. We have marked theta 30 degrees and phi as 45 degrees. We have true length. To get apparent length from true length, first we should draw perpendicular to the initial locus of the line and then rotate and shift the end of line to its original locus. So to do that, first I should draw perpendicular to the beginning locus of the line. Beginning locus of the line is A dash, so therefore I will draw the perpendicular from A to XY line, which is the locus of A dash for me. This is point B dash, but this is not the locus of B, so therefore keeping the same dimension I should shift locus of end B to its locus. So this I can do by using compass. Keeping the same dimension, draw an arc. So thereby I got point B dash. So similarly, draw perpendicular from B1 dash to the initial locus of line, that is locus of A, which is nothing but XY line, and now rotate. Or in the first problem itself I have explained the concept of end projector. We know the one end of the projector, the other end should come and lie here. Just draw the vertical line. The point where it intersects the locus B itself is the point B for us. Sorry, this is B1. True length is A dash B1 dash and A B1. So I can use the concept of end projector also. Now rotate this. So now if I draw the vertical line from B dash, it will and it must pass through the end B, because this is known as end projector. So this distance is termed as end projector, which is very important. So this dimension is called as end projector. The concept of end projector holds good only for apparent lengths. So this is B dash. Since this is apparent line, I should use very thick line. So therefore I am using different chalk. Draw with the help of thick line. Let us say the thickness is 0.5 millimeters. So the concept of end projector holds good only for apparent lines, not for true line. You can observe here, if I draw vertical line for true lines, they won't pass through the same vertical line. Now if I list the answer for this problem, I should show A dash B dash, AB, alpha and beta. So this is alpha and this is beta. If I measure, I will get alpha is 45 degrees, beta is 55 degrees. Coming for line dimension, A dash B dash is 57 mm and AB is 69 mm. So this is the solution for problem number 2. Let me pause this video for a while so that you people can copy it down. Later we will solve problem number 3. Moving for final problem of this lecture, problem number 3 states that a line AB has its end A 20 mm above HP and 15 mm in front of BP. The other end B is 60 mm above HP and 45 mm in front of BP. The distance between the end projectors is 70 mm. Draw its projections, determine the apparent lengths and true inclinations. So if you observe the problem, he has given the locus of A, locus of B, locus of A dash and locus of B dash. He has given all the 4 locus for us. Apart from that, he has given the distance between the end projectors. So I clearly explained the concept of end projectors in our problem 1 and problem 2, from which you have noticed that the concept of end projector holds good only for apparent dimensions. Let us solve this problem. If I list the data given for problem number 3, the data specified are: the line AB has its end A, in A 20 mm above HP and 15 mm in front of VP. The other end B 60 mm above HP and 45 mm in front of VP. The distance between the end projectors is given, which is 70 millimeters. So this is the data given for us. Let us solve this problem. First, draw XY line and draw all the locus what he has given. If I do that, drawing the reference line XY and marking all the locus what he has specified, we have reference line XY. Since we are solving for first angle projection, VP will come above XY line and HP will come below XY line. And A is 20 mm above HP. So mark 20 mm above HP, which gives us locus of A dash. 20 mm above HP, which is shown in VP. So this gives us locus of A dash. For your reference, we can write it as locus of A dash. Mm in front of VP. So mark 15 mm in horizontal plane, which gives us locus of A. For your reference, if you want, you can write locus of A. And B 60 mm above HP. Measure 60 mm above HP. Fix the locus, which gives us locus of B dash. Mm in front of VP. So draw 45 mm on HP, which gives us locus of B. So fix the locus of B also. this gives us locus of B. So I have drawn all the 4 locus what he has given. We know the end projector distance, that is 70 mm. So therefore first we fix one end of the line, but we fix the ends A dash and A first. So fix A dash and A by taking projection. I have fixed A dash and A. Now he has given the end projector distance as 70 mm. Mark the end projector as 70 mm. I measured the end projector distance as 70 mm and drawn the end projector. So we know that the end B and B dash of this line should lie on the end projector vertical line. So therefore the point where this end projector intersecting locus B itself is point D for us. The point where this end projector line intersecting B dash itself is point B dash for us. So thereby I got apparent dimension. So directly I can mark it. So mark the dimensions. So this completes the determination of apparent dimension. So measure the angles, you get alpha and beta. Now we have apparent length with us. To get true length from apparent length, we know apparent length. To get true length, first I should rotate and make it parallel, then I should take the vertical projection, project it onto the another end of the line, that is end B1. So therefore first I should rotate and make it parallel. Keeping at A dash, we'll rotate this and make it parallel. Now I will drop the vertical projection. So this will give us the true length of this line. Which is nothing but A B1, and this angle will be phi. Now to get A dash B1 dash, either I can repeat the same thing what I have done, that is rotate this and draw perpendicular, or we know that the true length will remain same. We know the true length, measure the true length. Since the length remains same, keeping it A dash, cut an arc. We directly get the A dash B1 dash. Let me do like that. Since the dimension of true length will remain same both in the front view and top view, I will measure the true length in top view, fixing it A dash, just like cut an arc. So joining which I will get A dash B1 dash. So this angle will be theta. So if I measure and list the answers, I will get all the values I should list, that is A dash B1 dash is equal to A B1 true length, A dash B dash AB, and then we have theta, phi, alpha, beta. So if I measure the true length is turning out to be 88 millimeters. A dash B dash is 81 millimeters. AB 76 millimeters. Now coming for theta and phi. Theta is 28 degrees. Phi is 20 degrees. Coming for alpha and beta. Alpha is 33 degrees. And beta will be 30 degrees. So this is the solution for the given problem. For the previous problem what we have solved, that is for problem number 2, I not mentioned the perpendicular distance of end B from both HP and BP. That is, he is asking the distance of end B from XY line. Kindly mark that which I have missed for problem number 2. So this is the solution for problem number 3. So we have solved level 1 problems on orthographic projection of straight lines, wherein which we have constrained to discuss only on first angle projection.